Legal implications of the murders at Meerut in May 1857. Note that the Afghans did not murder British non combatants, women, and children in First Afghan War. There was no justification for Indians murdering non combatants at Meerut. As you can see, the first outrage committed against non combatants was committed by the Indians and not the Britishers. In 1857, Britishers and Anglo Indians murdered at Meerut and its implications. The list that this scribe has been able to gather of those murdered at Meerut on 10th May 1857 is as below. Gunner Peter Donahue, 1st Brigade, 1st Troop, Bengal Horse Artillery, 10th May 1857, the day of the outbreak. Gunner William Benson, Bengal Field Artillery, 10th May 1857. Corporal Henry Bowring, Bengal Field Artillery, wounded 10th May, died 26th May. Lieutenant Colonel John Finnis, 11th Native Infantry, 10th May 1857. Lieutenant John Campbell, 3rd Light Cavalry, 10th May 1857. The list is long, as you can see. Veterinary Surgeon Charles John Dawson, 3rd Light Cavalry, 10th May 1857. Mrs. Eliza Charles John Dawson, 10th May 1857. Infant Donald MacDonald, infant blah blah blah. Captain John Henry George, Captain John Henry George. Lieutenant David Henry Henderson. Mrs. C. Chambers, unborn infant of Mrs. Chambers, allegedly ripped open by mob or soldiers. Mr. V. Trieger's Department of Public Instruction. These are 20 people, but certainly an outrage and certainly outrageous. Most analysts and writers ignore the above tally of persons murdered at Meerut on 10th May 1857. However, historically, this was a turning point in the military and political as well as legal history of British East India Company ruled India. For the first time, not only British officers but non-combatants, families, civilians, infants were attacked and burnt and murdered. This led to enaction of extraordinary laws to counter this absolutely new and abnormal situation. Major General Hewitt, the general officer commanding at Meerut, in his telegram of 18th May 1857, stated that loss of lives at Meerut was on 10th May was 40. This means that 21 more in addition to the 19 above listed were killed. The unknown numbers in all probability means Anglo-Indians or Indian Christians regarded as second-rate citizens by the British in 1857. Anyhow, these atrocities in Meerut led to the company's Governor General, Lord Canning, to enact some harsh laws. Firstly, delegated power to the military authorities to assemble summary and general field court-martials without reference to headquarters. Act 11 passed on May 30th, 1857, provided for punishment by death and by confiscation of property of all persons guilty of rebellion. Act 14, passed on 6 June 1857, extended these penalties to all those who incited to mutiny and rebellion. Refers page 57, Acts of 1857, Government Printing Press, Calcutta, 1858. Further, practically these acts empowered any officer in the command of troops to constitute court martials and award death sentences without any right to appeal on the spot. This set the legal framework of 1857 from the time these acts were passed, and so called British reprisals or atrocities have to be viewed in terms of atrocities which commenced from Meerut on 10th May 1857. To this, we have to add 11th May and the subsequent week till about 18th 20th May 1857, when the Meerut rebels captured Delhi. They killed a large number of non-combatants, mostly British women and children, and there is no exact figure, but certainly between 100 and 500 British non-combatants or Christians, etc., were killed by the rebels at Delhi in 1857. No exact figure can be confirmed because it was a time of chaos, but certainly this added fuel to fire. These are the important facts of 1857 which cannot be ignored when we discuss atrocities, whether committed by Indians or legal atrocities committed by the British. As they say, as the great Roman writer said, the first casualty in war is truth.